The Virginia governor elections are just around the corner, and we need to talk about this absolute, just brutal video that is a complete liquid murder. We need to talk about Abigail Spanberger and, her kind of endorsement of Jay Jones. I already made a video of Jay Jones in this channel, The Power Pundit. Right now, you are not in Battle Language Guy. You are in my political commentary channel, The Power Pundit. So make sure, if you're not subscribed, make sure to like and subscribe because we are so close to 20K subscribers. So back to this. I made a video about Jay Jones and his disgusting texts in which, he as the candidate for Democrats as Attorney General of Virginia, he was basically wishing for his political opponent to be shot and his toddler kids to be murdered as well. And he would gladly like piss and dance in the graves. Yeah, that's the thing. If that doesn't make your stomach churn, nothing will. And so Abigail Spanberger, since she is the nominee from Democrats to governor, she was asked, do you support this guy, this insanity? And by the way, they need to address his apology about the thing that's coming in a video, maybe later tonight. But she was asked about that, and that there's a debate. And, it didn't go as planned. First, upon the pressure, she answered this.
As of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General?
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable for the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have put out.
It is obvious that this was a bigger answer, but this was like the doubling down on the question. Do you endorse him or not? As in, yeah, you're not responsible for everybody's decision if they are going to vote for Jones or not. And if after that scandal, if people are still voting for Jones, and they are clinically insane. But it's like she is going to be, or she expects to be, the next governor of Virginia. How do you expect to be the governor if you're not going to work directly with the Attorney General? Doesn't matter who it is. If it gets to be Jones, I mean, you might want it to be Jones. If you're the governor, and you might want the Attorney General to be aligned with you, right? And not even she wants to do that. And then we have this very interesting, posted by her opponent, Winsome Earl Sears. I think that name is so awesome. I had to say that on X. Winsome Earl Sears, awesome name. There was this exchange in which she grilled Spanberger to try to get something out of her, and it was one of the most awkward moments in that I've seen in politics. Why can we? Okay, here. Let me zoom in. So let's watch this.
Would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that?
Okay, this has got some kind of music. Why does it have some kind of music? Oh my God, I didn't check the clip. I saw the clip somewhere else. It didn't have music. Just make sure to have some. I want to YouTube to trigger any copyright. Okay, let's again, second take. Sorry about this.
Him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race, Abigail? You have nothing to say? Abigail, what if he said it about your three children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail? You're running to be governor.
Ms. Earl Sears.
I mean, we're talking about murder. We're talking about someone's life being taken from them. Have you nothing to say about that? Are you not going to address it? Really, you can't go any further. You're a governor. You're supposed to stand up for all the people. Are you saying political murder is all right? Have some political courage. What you have done is you are taking political calculations about your future as governor. Well, as governor, you have to make hard choices. And that means telling Jay Jones to leave the race.
Well, effectively, if she is aspiring to be governor of any state, well, in this case, Virginia, it's incredible that she can't even face her opponent. She cannot even look her in the face and answer anything. Because, yeah, you need to have an answer to this. You need to address that, because we're talking about somebody, the guy that I mentioned, Jay Jones, threatening with little murder. He wants, that would be great if that happened. That would be great if that happened. So, yes, it's like she completely avoiding the question. I hope that this means that she just lost the race as well as Jay Jones. But I am not holding my breath. You know how it is in politics. As in, we got Zohran Mamdani about to be the mayor of New York City. Don't get me started on that. And well, you know that some Democrats were walking back, having posted cartoon, let's say mocking the previous video that you saw. So they posted this, and immediately they got the backlash from their own camp that this was racist. So funny, right? They are eating their own in this case. But well, they had to take it down. And how it is, they can't even have a proper stance on things, because they can't even just post this, because they could have an opinion. Oh, she was just japping. It's like Winsome was just japping over and over, and he wasn't letting Spangenberger speak. All right, so why didn't you leave the cartoon up? Oh, because you were criticized because the cartoon was racist. What does race have to do with this? I want to ask, what does race have to do with Winsome's questions and arguments about this? I see no race here. I see somebody who is asking the hard-hitting questions and somebody who is actively avoiding them. And I know who I would vote for if it was down to me for governor of Virginia. But I don't know. Maybe you are in Virginia. Maybe you are going to vote. Remember that I think it's November 4th. I don't know exactly when it's the date, but it's right around the corner. Abigail Spangenberger wants to create a DEI czar in her cabinet. Nobody wants that, nobody needs that, and we are not going to let it happen in Virginia. Yes, DEI. We are in 2025. Are people still thinking about DEI?
I think that within my administration, a focus on, Northam brought in that position, right? A cabinet level position focused on DEI. And so I think sometimes in the larger, political discussion, it's, what does that mean? Well, what it meant in that administration is that there was someone who was bringing a lens of intentionality and inclusivity, and how do we view history here in Virginia, and what are some laws that may still be on the books that reflect a different era, that if you have someone looking at them with that level of intentionality, maybe we want to take them off the books. And nobody actually enforces those laws anymore is maybe we want to do a little better than that.
Yeah, maybe nobody enforces those laws anymore because they are nonsensical, and you want to bring the nonsense, the DEI nonsense. This is 2025, girl. Wake up. Smell the coffee. It's good for you. Forget DEI. I am a black woman, says Winsome, serving as a lieutenant governor in the former capital of the Confederacy. What more proof do you need that America is the greatest country on earth? What else? Let's see. Watch this clip.
When we win here, we will be doing right by the people who have devoted themselves to the prospect of and the promise of diversity, equity.
Why does she speak like she is Gavin Newsom but with a glitch?
Inclusion and accessibility.
We want all children to have an opportunity. That's what my father received when he came, with only $1.75 in his pocket. And some people would say that he was back in the starting blocks while the white child was halfway at the completion line. But I would say to you, my father used education to get him where he is now, comfortably retired, an immigrant. And I'm saying we are overcomers. Black children are overcomers. The slaves did not die in the fields, so we could be saying in this century that we are victims, Martha. They would say to us, is that what we died for? No, we died for you to have an opportunity. Take it. You have that. We have had a black president. We have sitting in the White House, just about, I guess,
in the vice presidency, a woman whose father came from Jamaica 2 years before my father came from Jamaica at the height of the civil rights movement. She's second in command. We have me. I'm second in command, Martha, in the former capital of the Confederate States. Have things changed? They have. And I say to our children, you are overcomers. Don't let anyone tell you you're a victim, because if you're a victim, that means you need a political savior.
That is interesting. That is great. If you're a victim, you need a political savior, and that's what Democrats do. They make sure that you are a victim, so they're the ones who can sell you the crutches, not give you the crutches, not sell them to you. You're gonna pay for them anyway. Here's Abigail Spanberger relentlessly pushing the now thoroughly discredited Russia hoax as well. She exploits her CIA resume to add fake credibility to the narrative that we know was a complete sham. She's either a bald-faced liar or the worst CIA officer in history. Maybe both? Why not both? Both is right. Probably both. Oh, yeah.
There was systematic and sweeping efforts to influence the U.S. electorate, to hack and conduct cyber attacks, spear phishing, and other means.
I think every American and certainly every elected official should be angered and horrified at the clear attempt by the Russians at the direction of Vladimir Putin to influence our elections.
So in 2016, we saw that our elections were tampered with by outside forces.
A long-term foreign adversary government meddled, and I'm not talking about collusion, I'm talking about their efforts to meddle and interfere in our elections. The active measures that they took against us, the fact that they hacked a major political party, they hacked one of our presidential candidates, they took active measures to...
Okay, yeah, the Russia hoax, and this goes on and on and on. So, yeah, she must have been great at her job. Sarcasm. Grab price. Abigail Spanberger says that she supports physician-assisted suicide. Like made in Canada, right? I support legalizing the right to die. That would include allowing medical providers to provide prescriptions for life ending. What the F?
I support, and I would support legislation that legalizes the right to die with dignity of a person's choosing, and that would include allowing for medical providers to provide prescriptions for life-ending prescriptions.
Okay, I think that deserves a video. Maybe I will make a video about that, medical assisted suicide, because that is an actual topic that we need to talk about. That is something, well, I'm going to focus on Spanberger in here and talk about Virginia, but I needed to address the topic of medical assisted suicide. Because, yeah, in some instances, I can understand that somebody wants to end their life in their own terms. Yeah, you know that I am a Christian. I could say that I'm half Catholic, if that makes sense. But I absolutely defend somebody's right to say, hey, you know what? I'm checking out because this is, I think this character arc has finished for me. Again, that is my posture right now, and pretty sure I'm going to continue with that. But at the same time, I'm worried that it can be weaponized by governments. It can be, used to, like in Canada, so many examples. Oh, you cannot pay rent? Have you considered killing yourself? Maybe that's a solution to your financial problems. And yeah, I wish I was joking. I need to make a video about that. But regarding this, I would love to to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember that you're in the Power Pundit, my political commentary channel. Let's make this place to talk about politics and a bit more. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.